Spanish Grand Prix round 2 of the FIM World Championship turned into what would be described as more of a survival course. MX2 race 1 got off the line to an extremely waterlogged start straight. Into that first corner, there were some that didn't make it clearly, but Rattray on the Red Bull KTM, the series leader with the red plate, had decided the best way to keep scoring points would be out front. Some riders were not so lucky. Tyler Rattray, the 22-year-old South African from Durban, had set his sights on another 25 to go with the existing 50 that he already had from round 1. Many other riders were just trying to stay on two wheels and keep it upright. It was very hard in the worsting conditions with torrential rain falling. Tony Caroli having a pretty wretched time out of it as well. He had flu this weekend and was under medication, so he indeed wasn't on his best form. The young Brit Stephen Sorb was out there as well riding well, but Davide Guarneri was having a storming race. Number 39, the Italian, really finding his way home in the mucky conditions, but it was Rattray that took the checkered flag, Moto 1. MX1 race 1, also the same kind of conditions, greeted the riders as they went down the start straight into that first corner, and carnage along with number 9, the series leader with the red plate, Kendi Dyker, caught up in that carnage. He was way down at the back, and others just held their hands up, threw their goggles away and said, that's enough for me for one day. Josh Coppins had got into the lead and then got himself caught on an uphill slippery section. While the marshals slipped and slid, the New Zealander turned his bike round and got back going again. But early race leader, Jonathan Barragan, number 7 on the Red Bull KTM, had found going just a bit too tough, and his bike had said, enough is enough. It was left then to Steve Ramone, number 11, the defending MX1 champion, to take up the cudgels. He got out front, and with a display of excellent, superb riding, that's right where he stayed, being pursued all the way home by the Italian David Filipazzi on the number 19 monster Yamaha. But it was Kendi Dyker who managed to salvage something from that first race and pulled himself into 3rd place behind this man. Number 11, it was Ramon. Race 1, 25 points. MX2 race 2 off the line, and conditions not getting any better. Torrential rain falling on the circuit, but the riders contending with some of it, but some of them not doing so well. Big crash on the opening corner claimed 1 or 2 of our top runners, and it was left to the slightly minor ones to get out front. Again, David Guarneri was having a good race, and so was Manuel Moni, number 11. The ruts were getting deeper and the hills were getting steeper for these riders. Manuel Moni having a really good time, finding his legs in this muddy stuff and almost losing the bike at times, but he kept it upright. David Guarneri, however, was also finding things good. Tommy Searle, Tyler Rattray having a wretched time on the Red Bull KTMs. It was a question of who survived the hills, but who could get up them first. Take your turn and have a crack at it. The team managers were looking on, thinking, will my man make it home this time? It was a kind of survival course for this second round of the FIM World Motocross Championship. And Stephen Sword, the young Scot, back after that nasty injury he picked up a couple of years ago, had moved up into 3rd position. But as you could see, it had turned into the Somme. Riders seeking help, but the red flag was put out in the end to curtail racing 2 laps before the end. However, in the MX1 race, the second one cancelled due to safety conditions. The top 3 stood on the podium. It was Steve Ramone from Filipazzi and, of course, Kendi Dyker, who kept that red plate. Owing to the fact no points scored in race 2 due to the curtailment of that race. And that's how it would stand. 70 points for Dyker at the top, and Filipazzi would move up. But the championship still very much open in the MX1 class as the MX2 class. So Portugal, the next Grand Prix next weekend. Let's hope the rain stays away and the sun shines.